The results showed that he had suffered blunt trauma injury from his head all the way to his toe.
The investigators from the Suffolk County Homicide Unit did a thorough investigation, and they were able to identify two individuals, Valerie Owusu and Emmanuel Addae.
Hi, this is 30 something and I have some updates to share with you. So this Ghanaian woman who goes by the name Valerie Owusu is currently in police custody together with her boyfriend Emmanuel Addae, and they are being charged of the allegation of having killed their 5-year-old son King Owusu.
This poor kid suffered. This was a terrible case. This was a shocking case of abuse.
Let's break down the story and understand the nitty-gritties. Back in 2021, Valerie and her boyfriend used to live in Queens, New York. But let me make this clear that King is not the son of Emmanuel Addae. So, according to police investigations, from March 30th to April 1st, 2021, King suffered severe physical abuse. And it so happens that he was taken from Queens to Brentwood City, where Emmanuel Addae's parents live. So later on in the day, the police got a call from an apartment in Brentwood City to come take an unconscious boy.
It was April of 2021 when police responded to a 911 call in Brentwood for an unresponsive child. The little boy, King Owusu, was pronounced dead at a local hospital.
So the police went to the scene, went to take the boy, and then they took him to South Shore Hospital. Long story short, King did not make it. He died, and then an autopsy was carried on. The results showed that he had suffered blunt trauma injury from his head all the way to his toe.
There was blunt force trauma throughout the child's body. It was all over his body.
Some details that came out was that he had suffered abuse from 4 different instruments. It's not too clear what specifically these instruments are, whether it was a belt or a cane or whatever. We do not really know, but that is what we know for sure, that it was 4 instruments. So I was personally wondering why a case that happened in 2021 is now being adjourned.
The one thing I will share is very long investigation.
According to the police investigation and the commissioner, the case was a bit complicated, mainly because there had been some travels to and from Ghana because both parents are Ghanaians. And so they needed to be sure that the abuse and everything had happened in the US and not in Ghana. Other than that, it means that different jurisdiction procedures would have to be taken.
There was initial information that the incident might have occurred in Ghana. They had traveled to Ghana recently. It took us time to disprove that theory, and it is disproven.
Another detail is that when King was taken from Queens to Brentwood, which is about 50 minutes drive, there was nobody at home. And it's not too clear. I have not found out whether it was Valerie who took him there, or it was Emmanuel, or it was both of them. But police investigations claim that the child was taken there, there was nobody at home, and then the parents came, they came to see the child unconscious, and then they did call the police.
Authorities said Addae's parents made the 911 call from their Brentwood home.
It just hurts my soul to hear.
So fast forward, Emmanuel and Valerie ended up moving from New York to Orange County in New Jersey, and they were later arrested during a family hearing. Now, Emmanuel and Valerie also have a child whose name cannot be disclosed, but she's currently under strict supervision by the Child Protective Services. That aside, Emmanuel and Valerie both had their individual attorneys, and they both pleaded not guilty.
Addae's attorney, Robert P. Kelly, says that his client denies any involvement in the beating of King.
She had no involvement in the beating of this child, and she and I are both confident that she'll be exonerated once the case plays out.
Now, even though the case might have taken quite a long time, it will finally be adjourned on May 1st, and the two are likely to spend 25 or more years in prison. So it's not too clear to me whether it was the dad that abused the boy, it was the mom that abused the boy, or it was both of them. They did it together. But then that is the updates that we have.
Once again, the great partnership with the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office has helped us get to where we are today regarding holding these people accountable and bringing indictments against them.
It's sad that when the child was abused, he was deprived of being taken to the hospital, being given any medication whatsoever. And I think this is a very sad story. And so that is about that. That is the story of Valerie and her boyfriend and the death of their 5-year-old son, King Owusu. Let me know if you know any of them at all, or you have heard other updates that I might not have mentioned in this video. I will see you in my next video. This is 20 something. Subscribe for more.